He was already being paid better than any chancellor in the history of the university. And you give him $1.1 million to leave at a time when he orchestrated a $27.5 million cut to the university.
He did not show up to like the first couple faculty senate meetings. He did not meet with the executive committee, and during his first meeting of the full faculty senate, he said, "I've never had a vote of no confidence." And I thought, that is a very interesting way to introduce yourself. And my other thought was, well, game on, buddy.
If indeed his job was to cut tens of millions of dollars, that's one thing. But you have to build a constituency among people if you're going to look them in the eye and say, sorry, your program's not going to be here next year because we can't afford it any longer.
You know, having Zoom meetings on his phone while he was like in his garden, just really clearly not here. Right?
I'm pretty sure that the need to cut all that money was part of the edict he got when he came here. Why it took 2.5 years to get to that point, I think, is a good question you should ask.
I got a like anonymous email that said, look at the Varner Hall budget. There's $28 million sitting there with no personnel attached to it. In education, your biggest costs are people. And I went and I looked and I was like, oh my God, it's like the same amount of money that they're taking out of UNL. You know, I think it's just extremely clear that everybody in the UNL community is being lied to. And I would say in the entire state of Nebraska is being lied to.
If he did resign, you wouldn't give somebody $1.1 million to go away if it was their choice to leave. That just doesn't work in business. That's not the way it works. But we did.
The Board of Regents had told us in that meeting there was not enough money to delay cutting our departments by a month. And here they are giving him a golden parachute. I call it Bennett's bogus buyout.
The faculty senate was sort of forced under the circumstances to have a no confidence vote, which was overwhelmingly in favor of the no confidence. It had never happened in the history of this university. I think in the end the right decision was made, and so I think the next 6 months are really important. You know, get in the loop. This next 6 months are going to be interesting.